Microsoft has confirmed that Xbox Series X games will be playable on the Xbox One. One of the games that will be available on both platforms is Halo Infinite, which is set to launch later this year during the holidays. And this won't be permanent though, as Microsoft said that it will be playable for at least 2 years. And Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty said that in an interview they want to make sure that someone invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel they made a good investment, that we're committed to them with the content. Bungie is stepping out to help raise funds for those affected by Australian wildfires. The company is selling Destiny 2 shirts and will also send proceeds to Australia Fire Relief. The first half of the proceeds will also be donated to Wires, the largest wildlife rescue organization in Australia, while the next half will also be donated in the NSW Rural Fire Service. The shirt designs are also being worked on, and Bungie will also reveal them next week. Sale will be running from January 16 until February 18th, and players who purchase them will also receive an exclusive in-game emblem. Terry Kavanagh, the creator of acclaimed duty puzzler VVVVV, has released its source code in celebration of the game's 10th anniversary. In a blog post, Kavanagh shared the source code can also be acquired via GitHub or GitHub, and it's for the game's mobile and desktop versions. Kavanagh also shared that he feels that the code is kind of a mess, and self-taught indie devs will agree to his thoughts. Fans of Anti-Chamber, the Talos Principal Manifold Garden or Portal, will have another game to add on their list, as a first-person puzzle game Lightmatter had been announced, and it is heading to Steam this week. Lightmatter's story revolves around the inventor who has created a new source of energy, as well as shadows to eat people. The game was announced last year, and then the primary antagonist was voiced by voice actor David Bdosin, who's also voice behind Hitman Agent 47.
First Blood. First Blood.
Security manager James doesn't know who you are.
According to insider reports, Sony will be launching the PlayStation 5 with exclusive games. This comes from one of the Kotaku split screen episode back in December 2019. And in the episode, Kotaku journalist Jason said he's heard about some of the PS5 launch titles from inside sources, but refused to name them, as he might do some sort of report on this stuff in the future. Rainbow Six Siege Operator Clash was disabled last month due to a glitch that allowed players to exploit. Even though Ubisoft did not say specifically why they had to disable the operator, some players identified a glitch that made it appear that Clash has her shield out, when she actually has her gun equipped. Fortunately, the glitch has been fixed and will be rolled out in the upcoming patch 4.2, which will also know when Clash will be re-enabled. DC Universe Online is celebrating its 9th anniversary, and in line with this, players will be able to take part in the Attack of the Anti-Monitor Anniversary event, which runs at the end of January. Also included as part of the celebration are 1 free character advance to CR255 for players on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, or to CR100 for players on Switch. Special member gifts are also up for grabs, and open episodes are also back throughout the entire duration of the celebration.
You don't deserve to live!
3D action shooter Azur Lane Crosswave has introduced a new character who is part of the joint military exchange. There are 6 characters introduced, each one is playing a role of a playable character or support. The characters are Ayanami Illustrious, Ajax, Enterprise, Akashi, and Achilles. The game features over 25 playable characters or over 30 support characters. The game is set for launch next month on Steam and PlayStation 4.
3D フィールドを生かした簡単操作で楽しめる撮影モードも収録。指揮官、すべてのモードを遊びきれるかな？
Champions enter battle as some of the most powerful.
And now, guys, a good Riot News collectible card game, Legends of Runeterra, is set to run its open beta this month. There are good news for the participants, and then the open beta will also include a ranked play, as well as 20 updated cards and a friends list. And there will also be 3 new guardians that will also cheer players on as they compete. And they are Group JR, T-Hex, Snapper, and more guardians are expected to join the game as its official launch draws near. The open beta for Legends of Runeterra will also kick off January 24th.
Every champion comes from a region of Runeterra, where allies of all kinds can join them in the fight. If you need soldiers to reinforce your army, Demacia stands ready. When your plan calls for striking hard and fast, the warriors of Noxus are legion. And for survivors that will outlast everything else, look no...
Hearthstone's latest expansion, Descent of Dragons, has received a release date. It will officially launch on January 21st, and players will also witness the final battle between Azeroth, mightiest hero, and wicked villains, and will also bring the Year of the Dragon to a close. The expansion also marks the return of the game's original solo adventure format that allows the players to tackle a series of unique boss encounters using pre-built decks, and will also let them earn 35 new collectible cards.
No, you didn't! Oh, yes, we did!
How did you get here?
Please don't interrupt. Audience participation time! Bran faced the ravages of wrath with classic Dwarven flair and then so Finley braved the scorching dews with sanity to spare. At least defeated death by using antiquated texts. For me to beat the Murlocs, all I had to do was flex. Ooh.
And guys, I got here a report from Express UK has possibly leaked the release date of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. According to the report, the game could possibly become available starting May 29, 2020. Neither Monolith Soft nor Nintendo have commented on the leak. Xenoblade Chronicles originally launched in 2010 on the Wii and was ported on Nintendo 3DS in 2015.
The future.
Presenting the daily deals for today. For our free game, we have here guys the story-driven strategy game War of Human Tanks. The prize drops are also back, and what we have here are the adventure game Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, and then the action role-playing game Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. For the game with the best discount, we have here for you the very popular fighting game Dragon Ball FighterZ. Check out our deals by going to our daily deals page only here at ALLKEYSHOP.com.
Developer ALLKEYS Games' upcoming game Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is starting a Kickstarter campaign, and the game will be based on the existing adventure path of the tabletop game, and the players will form armies to battle demonic forces. The Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Kickstarter campaign will start in February 4. Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment was able to return to PlayStation 4. The game was previously delisted from digital storefronts because of technical reasons. However, a small internal team was able to rebuild the game for submission and is now available once again. The return of this game will ensure that the studio will remain afloat as they plan to be self-publishing their future titles. Hopefully, the game will be available on other platforms as well. Symmetra from Overwatch had her teleport pads instantly deploying at her PDR. Well, that troubled a lot of players, as it would be hard to counter. But the lead software engineer Blizzard Entertainment, Bell Warnack, said that this is actually a bug. It is possible that the bug will be removed from the PDR soon enough, and Symmetra will surely receive the other buff as she is the third least paid hero, or played hero rather, in the game. She only has a 0.54% play rate. The three-dimensional puzzle game with no innovative mechanics called The Lost Cube will let the players as a sentient metallic cube that is lost in a strange world. Players will get to solve puzzles that will increase in difficulty, and there will be 6 unique areas and 8 about hours of a gameplay. The studio CEO Skyrim said that everybody that they had shown the game to has been amazed by it. The Last Cube doesn't have a launch date yet, but it'll be available for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
自分の好きなキャラクターを選んだらデュエルスタート。たくさんのライバルたちとのデュエルで腕を磨こう。世界とリンク。
It is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Link's 3rd anniversary, and they're celebrating with free gifts. This 3rd anniversary campaign will come with a winged dragon of Ra variant artwork, and this powerful monster is able to destroy your opponent's monsters and so much more. Well, there will also be a total of 8 card tickets given each die, which can be exchanged with other things. There are also free gems, a skill ticket, card sleeves, and a game mat, as well as Selection Backs Volume 3.
Everybody's just in it for themselves. Do you hide in dark places? Do you kill from afar? Or do you prefer it up close?
The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners will be the first game of the franchise to come to VR gaming. The game is set to launch for most VR headsets on January 23rd. This includes the Valve's Index, HTC Vive, HTC Cosmos, Oculus Rift, and Rift S for the PS4. It will be sometime first quarter this year, and for Oculus Quest, by the third quarter, there will also be 3 different editions, namely the Standard Edition, the Taurus Edition, and the Tower Edition.
Do it already! Finish the fucker!
Please. Not here. Not like that.
In him now!
A new max raid event is available for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and players will be able to encounter some Gigantamax Pokemon at this time. For Sword players, they have more likely to encounter Gigantamax Colossal and Gigantamax Flopwell, while the Shield players are more likely to see Gigantamax Lepras and Gigantamax Appleton. The event is only available for a limited time, so make sure to catch as much as you can, and the end date of the event has not been revealed. The latest Square Enix title called this day of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia is getting a new character, and it is Kimahri Ransu of Final Fantasy X. Opera Omnia is an all-star mobile project that will let players choose their favorite characters from previous games. There are a lot of other characters already available in the game, like Terra, Shadow, Kefka, Tifa, Cloud, Yuffie, and so much more. Choi Seung-tae, a former London Spitfire player, had been acquired by Seoul Dynasty. Bdosin departed from London Spitfire last November, and he was actually the final member of the original lineup of Spitfire. He had been with them since 2017, and Bdosin will be the support player for the upcoming Overwatch League season starting February 8th. Two other players that have been acquired by Seoul Dynasty from London Spitfire and their Park Prophet, Jong Young and Hong Gesture Jeho.
Hello? I'm busy. I said hello. Ow!
Rockstar has finally given an explanation as to why Grand Theft Auto 4 is no longer available to be purchased on Steam. According to Rockstar's statement, Grand Theft Auto 4 was originally created for the games for Windows Live platform. They added, with Microsoft no longer supporting games for Windows Live, it is no longer possible to generate an additional keys needed to continue selling the current version of the game, and the company is currently looking for an alternative.
What are you doing in there?
I got scared.
What are you doing in there?
Skyrim combat meets that of Sekiro should die twice. This is all thanks to the Skyrim modders as compared to Skyrim has a dual combat system. Modder Left Crouch was able to fix this though with this new Skyrim mod. The new mod considerably changes the gameplay, allowing players as well as NPC to block properly just like in Sekiro. Paras and ripostas can now also be done, but right now the mod is not yet available for download, but hopefully it will be soon. Presenting the daily deals for today, for our free game, we have the story-driven strategy game War of the Human Tanks. The prize drop are also back, and what do we have? Our adventure game Sherlock Holmes versus Jock the Reaper, and the action role-playing game Warhammer 40,000 and Questor Martyr. For the game with the best discount, we have for you the very popular fighting game, which is Dragon Ball Z. Check out our deals by going to our daily deals page at ALLKEYSHOP.com.